Hello, and welcome to this brief BASC-3 product guide module. My name is Anne-Marie Kimbell, and today I want to provide you some information that should help you when making BASC-3 purchasing decisions. When considering purchasing options, it is helpful to begin by asking several key questions. First, consider how you wish to administer the BASC, either by using paper forms or by administering digitally. Second, you will want to determine which method you want to use to calculate scores and generate the report. Again, this can be done manually or electronically. The third question relates to whether or not you wish to receive customized intervention recommendations based on the assessment results. We will look at each of these questions in more detail next. This step-by-step guide or decision tree should help you determine the optimal BASC-3 configuration to meet your needs. You will see the three areas of questions that I just mentioned listed down the left side of this guide: administration, scoring and reporting, and intervention recommendations. At the bottom are some ordering suggestions that are based on responses. Again, we will look at this one step at a time. First, let's consider how you wish to administer the BASC. Do you plan to purchase and use paper forms, or would you like to administer the BASC digitally using QGlobal? QGlobal is Pearson's web-based platform for test administration, scoring, and reporting. This is cost-efficient as digitally administering the rating scales eliminates the risk of lost and misplaced paper forms. There is no charge associated with administering a digital form. The cost is realized when a report is generated. You might decide that you want to administer the TRS and the SRP using paper forms, but that you'll want to email the PRS forms to the parents so that they can complete it on a web-enabled device, like a smartphone or a tablet or a laptop, etc. It is possible to mix these administration formats, but it will influence the types of materials you need to purchase for each form. And it's important to note that even if you choose to administer using paper forms, you will still be able to access computerized scoring if you wish. The second step is to choose whether you wish to obtain the scores digitally or figure them manually by hand scoring. Note that if you would like to administer the test on paper but use QGlobal to calculate the score and generate a digital report, you will need to manually enter the scores from the paper forms into the QGlobal system. If you choose to score digitally using the QGlobal platform, you will receive a comprehensive integrated report digitally as well. This report synthesizes information from all electronically entered BASC forms. On the other hand, if you choose to obtain scores manually, you will not receive an electronic report. You'll calculate all of the BASC-3 scores using the tables in the manual and hand scoring worksheets. And the third question is whether you wish to receive customized intervention recommendations for the TRS, PRS, and/or SRP. This is possible whether you have elected to administer by paper or by using QGlobal. However, it's important to note that if you want to have interventions printed or generated electronically, then you must use QGlobal for scoring. The answer to these three questions, in this order, will lead you to several different product options, which I'll show you in a few minutes. In order to look at some of the specific product options, let's look at this from the perspective of the two overall options now, digital and paper, and then a hybrid option as well. First, the all digital. If you select QGlobal Digital Administration and Digital Scoring and Reporting, you can see then that the intervention recommendation decision will lead you to a couple of product possibilities. Here you can see a couple of product suggestions. Product number 30867, which provides on-screen administration of the TRS, PRS, or SRP with intervention recommendations. This is $3.25 per use. The second is product 30866, which is the same but without the intervention recommendations and costs $2.99 per use. You may note that the second option, 30866, includes mention of on-screen administration of the SDH, PRQ, and SOS in addition to the rating scales, and the 30867 does not. This is because the intervention recommendations are only available for the TRS, PRS, and SRP rating scales. These are only two of the possible product configuration options, but two that illustrate the types of considerations you will make when choosing which options are right for your use. Looking at this from the perspective of option 2, then, paper and pencil or manual administration and scoring, this second option is to use paper forms and manual or hand scoring and reporting exclusively. In this case, you will purchase paper forms and hand scoring worksheets. Other than looking up interventions in the BASC guides yourself or using other materials, there are no intervention recommendations available with this option, i.e., all you will do is calculate your scores by hand and then interpret them on your own. Or you can opt for a third, hybrid option, which is a combination of paper administration and digital scoring. As I mentioned earlier, when you opt to use paper forms for administration, you can still elect to obtain scores digitally via Q Global, either by purchasing a digital subscription or by paying per usage. If you select the hybrid option, a scoring subscription to Q Global, a couple of those product codes are QG1BA3NG, as you can see on this slide, or QG1BA3. These are needed to score the paper forms. One can also score a paper form by purchasing a single usage, 30867 or 30866, as you see on the bottom left side under Product Suggestions, and these reflect the with or without intervention options. The unlimited use scoring subscriptions are available in 1, 3, and 5-year periods. This screen shows some icons that I will now use to illustrate the next few slides showing examples of administration scoring and reporting options. The first icon you see here, the computer screen, iPad, and telephone with the Q on the screen, represents an all-digital Q Global administration scoring and reporting. The next icon, the Q by itself, represents Q Global scoring and reporting using an unlimited scoring and reporting subscription, but without digital administration. The next icon, the paper and pencil, represents the paper forms you would use for administration if you elect paper administration. And the last icon represents the answer sheets you would use for scoring if you opt for manual administration and scoring. You will see these again on the next few slides. Let's now look at some examples of these options. The first example demonstrates an all-digital administration, scoring, and reporting. You may have multiple raters, all using Q Global online administration and then all-digital scoring and reporting. You pay one price that includes the administration, scoring, and reporting. It is called BASC-3 Q Global Pay Per Report. I should reiterate that again that this is all pay per report with an unlimited administration capability. Once a single report has been generated, it may then be used in the multi-rater report at no additional cost. There is no subscription for this all-digital option. The second example demonstrates a paper and pencil or manual administration and scoring. You may have multiple raters, all using paper forms for administration, and then the clinician will use answer sheets for scoring. You need separate forms to administer the test and separate answer sheets for scoring. This type of option does not include the ability to run the integrated report and multi-rater report, as those are part of a digital reporting option, which is not available with paper and pencil scoring. And this third example is the most commonly used assessment configuration. You may have multiple raters using paper forms for administration and a Q Global Unlimited subscription for scoring and reporting. This option includes the ability to run the integrated report and the multi-rater report. And our fourth example illustrates a mixed configuration. In this instance, you have multiple raters, some of whom use paper forms for administration and some of whom complete the rating scales digitally using Q Global. All scoring and reporting is then done using Q Global as well. This option also includes the ability to run the integrated report and the multi-rater report. We hope this has been a helpful way to look at some of the considerations you will make when determining which product configuration is right for you. Please consult the BASC-3 webpage for specific information about the various product configurations, including information about whether or not digital or paper manuals are included. Also feel free to consult customer service or your local assessment consultant for additional information.